What message did the entire scene, if you will, send from Trump going to the game to his saluting during the anthem to bringing back the pregame interview?
What happens when history, politics, and pop culture collide on the biggest stage in sports? This year's Super Bowl wasn't just about touchdowns and halftime performances. It was about one man stealing the spotlight: Donald J. Trump. The former real estate mogul turned president became the first sitting U.S. president to attend the Super Bowl live, and his appearance sparked a frenzy. In the stadium and online, reactions were electric. Some fans erupted in deafening cheers, while others booed so fiercely they could have rivaled jet engines. Social media exploded, debates ignited, and the night became about more than just football. So, what really went down? Let's break it all down.
Todd, it's amazing that that's the first U.S. president that we have seen at a Super Bowl out of the 59 Super Bowls that we have.
Trump's attendance at Super Bowl 59 was historic. No sitting president had ever dared to go before. The reasons were clear: security risks, logistical chaos, and the chance of becoming a national punchline if things went wrong. But Trump, he doesn't follow the rulebook. He thrives on breaking norms and doing what others won't. This was no exception. While past presidents steered clear, he made a bold move, turning the Super Bowl into more than just a game. It became a spectacle.
Jealous of Taylor Swift because she has more followers and more money and no kids than he does.
Air Force One touched down in New Orleans, and Trump stepped off with his signature confidence, flanked by close allies like Lindsey Graham and House Speaker Mike Johnson. From the start, it was clear this wouldn't be just another Super Bowl Sunday. While past presidents would have been advised to watch from the safety of the White House, Trump was front and center at the Caesars Superdome, soaking in the electric atmosphere. And in true Trump fashion, he made headlines before the game even started. During his flight, he signed an executive order officially renaming February 9th as Gulf of America Day. Yes, you read that right. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico during a Super Bowl trip. If that doesn't define making the most of every moment, what does? Then came the grand entrance. As the national anthem played and the camera panned to Trump, the stadium erupted. Cheers filled the air, and a spontaneous chant broke out: "President Trump, we love you." It was a moment so surreal, it felt straight out of a blockbuster movie. Social media exploded with videos, with supporters calling it proof of his unmatched popularity. One fan even commented, "Trump is about to be 80 years old, and he's got more energy than me." Love him or hate him, there's no denying his ability to command a room, or, in this case, an entire stadium.
The fact that Nixon wasn't there or Gipper, Ronald Reagan never attended one, Bill Clinton, a big sports fan, George W. Bush, the fact that Donald Trump...
Not everyone was feeling the love that night, especially Taylor Swift, who found herself at the center of a storm. The pop superstar, dating Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce since 2023, had become a media sensation with her game appearances. But this time, when the camera panned to her in the stands, the crowd's reaction was brutal. Deafening boos, a stark contrast to the cheers for Trump just moments earlier. The reason? A mix of political and sports loyalty seemed to be at the heart of the negative response.
When you have 120 million people watching, as a president, that is a layup. That is I guess layup's probably the wrong word here. That is a one-inch touchdown.
Taylor Swift has used her platform to champion progressive causes and support candidates like Kamala Harris, but her entry into the NFL spotlight has introduced her to a new audience, one with differing political views. Football fans are known for their passionate loyalty, often aligning with a more conservative demographic. Swift's sudden presence in this arena, particularly as the girlfriend of a high-profile player, has sparked a cultural clash. Some critics argue she's overstepping by mixing politics with sports, while others defend her right to stand by her beliefs and support her partner, asserting her freedom to do so.
That's based on her musical abilities or fans. I think it's more just Eagles fans are so passionate about their team, and she's a...
Rumors have been circulating about tension between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's teammates due to her high-profile presence at games. While there's no confirmation of any real drama, some fans speculate that her frequent appearances might be distracting for the team. A source told People that Swift truly loves watching Travis play, but the boos at the Super Bowl suggest not everyone shares that sentiment. Whether it's sports loyalty, political backlash, or media fatigue, Swift's reception has sparked a larger conversation about the intersection of fame, politics, and America's favorite pastime, highlighting the complex dynamics of celebrity culture.
We have to come together, but to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together.
This wasn't the first time Taylor Swift found herself at odds with a crowd. Back in 2023, during a Chiefs game at the Patriots Stadium, she was also booed by fans who didn't appreciate her allegiance to Travis Kelce's team. However, the reaction at the Super Bowl felt bigger, louder, and far more personal. It raises the question, is Swift's presence at games uniting the NFL fanbase, or is it further dividing it? With her massive cultural influence, could her involvement in the league ultimately shift its traditional dynamics? These are questions fans and analysts are grappling with in the aftermath of Super Bowl 59. Swift has never shied away from speaking her mind, and her public endorsement of Kamala Harris, Trump's 2024 rival, didn't endear her to his supporters. Some fans speculated that the boos were a direct response to her political stance. One commenter noted online, "She stepped outside her bubble for the first time and found out she's just as unpopular as Kamala." Others speculated that Eagles fans, frustrated with the Chiefs, were taking it out on Swift. Or maybe it was a mix of both. Either way, the moment served as a sharp reminder of the country's deep divides, even when it comes to something as seemingly unifying as football.
70% of the American people, 7 in 10, believe that Donald Trump will be successful in terms of keeping his campaign promises.
Trump didn't miss the chance to weigh in, taking to his preferred platform, Truth Social, to share his thoughts. He gleefully wrote, "The only one who had a tougher night than the Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MA is very unforgiving." It was classic Trump, part troll, part showman, and completely unapologetic. Love him or hate him, he certainly knows how to stay in the headlines.
So the future looks great with Donald Trump in terms of what he's saying he will do and what he actually is doing as far as the executive orders are concerned and everything.
Let's circle back to the game itself. Trump, ever the entertainer, couldn't resist sharing his prediction before kickoff. In an interview with Fox News, he praised both teams but ultimately backed the Chiefs, citing their quarterback's phenomenal wife, who just so happens to be a self-proclaimed Trump supporter. "I watched this great quarterback, who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife," he said. "She's a Trump fan, she's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her. But she's a great person." While Trump's pick didn't pan out, the Eagles soared to a 40-22 victory. It was clear he had his finger on the cultural pulse.
Reaction. So Taylor Swift got popped up on the Jumbotron, as happens with these big stars, and here's what happened.
The night wasn't just about touchdowns and political jabs. There was also the matter of the halftime show, headlined by none other than Kendrick Lamar. His performance was a bold, unapologetic celebration of black culture, complete with backup dancers forming an American flag and lyrics many interpreted as a critique of Trump's America. Some fans hailed it as a powerful statement during Black History Month, while others, particularly in Trump's camp, saw it as a subtle dig at the president. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz even took to social media, claiming the performance was the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men. Then there were the ads. Fast food chains doubled down on nostalgia, while Nike delivered an empowering tribute to women in sports. The commercials seemed to reflect the ongoing cultural tug-of-war. Some embraced the progressive themes of recent years, while others, like Carl's Jr.'s return to its provocative roots, signaled a shift back to more traditional, arguably controversial values. The entire event was a microcosm of the larger cultural divide, playing out in 30-second bursts between plays.
Of course, the biggest loser of the night was not Travis Kelce, but his girlfriend Taylor Swift. That's what Trump said in a post he made on social media thereafter, and he was...
No Super Bowl is complete without controversy, and this year's game didn't disappoint. Critics of Trump quickly questioned the cost of his appearance, with some estimating it reached tens of millions when factoring in Air Force One, security, and logistics. Supporters, however, dismissed the complaints, arguing that the president's presence was worth every penny for the historic moment it created.
More than half of the country, Taylor, sorry, F-A-F-O. You were in the F-O part of your political endorsement phase.
And let's not forget the new dynamic kickoff rule, which Trump himself criticized as the worst part of the game. The entire field is frozen stiff, he wrote on Truth Social. College football does not do it and won't. Whose idea was it to ruin the game? It was a classic Trump move, blending sports commentary with political undertones aimed at his base. As the night came to a close and the Eagles celebrated their victory, one thing was clear. This Super Bowl wasn't just a game. It was a snapshot of America in 2025, deeply divided, yet undeniably captivated by the larger-than-life figures who dominate the headlines. Whether you were cheering for Trump, booing Swift, or just watching for the commercials, there was something for everyone, and plenty to talk about the next day. So, the question remains, was Trump's Super Bowl appearance a bold move that strengthened his connection with everyday Americans, or was it a costly spectacle that overshadowed the game itself? And what about Taylor Swift? Did the boos mark a turning point in her public image, or will she shake it off and continue reigning as pop's golden girl? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Until next time.